Hey guys, down here with Coach of Vicious, Todd Martinez. Todd, how are you expecting Storm to come out today? It's an important match for you guys.
I don't know how I expect it, but they should be scared.
Oh yeah? What kind of plays are you planning on running?
Effective ones. Ones that work. Ones that shoot all of them. And they all die.
All right, well, we'll see if he can actually make them work and kill everyone.
Well, looks like Todd Martinez is ready to try to help Coach Vicious on to victory. We'll see, though. Texas Storm playing very well. Welcome back here. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm alongside Rich Telford and actually two paintball legends, Rich Telford and Shane Pestana.
I'm in the shadow.
We got a little Ironman reunion here.
Yeah, Ironman reunion.
So yeah, man, we're about to watch which team is going to be pushing forward into the Champions Division and which team is going to stay in the Challengers Division. I don't know. Let's see here on the breakout. Texas Storm in the red and in the black is Vicious. So here we go.
Good breakouts from both teams. Texas Storm loses one on the snake side early. They also bounced the guy going to snake tower. Vicious is known as a really strong laning team off the break, and they shot two Texas Storm guys. Luckily for Texas, one of them got bounced.
Yeah, so it looks like real good field position right now for Vicious as they've got a good cross-field spread, and no one in the snake for Texas Storm right now.
There's Shane Colby, Dan Colby's son, going to the snake too and getting the G across this field, giving Vicious a big advantage, having 5 bodies, field position against only 3 Texas Storm players.
So Shane, down in the Challengers Division, you know you're the leader on Royalty, and you guys almost made it on. How did these two teams look over there?
You know, Vicious was playing solid all weekend. They like you said, they laned well off the break and they attacked your weakness. And obviously, right now they look like they have complete control of this game. They just got to close them out.
Yeah, they look real sharp here on this point as they've now pushed forward here on the snake side and on the Dorito side as well. And the back players are laned up, rolling their guns. It looked like Bluey and Johnson coming off early for Texas Storm, shot by Shane Colby and Trevor Reeser. So
Vicious loses one out of the back. That's going to even up this game a little bit. Obviously, Vicious still has the advantage of having the 50 Dorito and about to have the 50 Snake. Oh, they get another G on the Snake side from Texas Storm. Texas Storm is now down to only 2 bodies against 4 Vicious players, giving them a big disadvantage.
Yeah, so Vicious trying to take this momentum here at the opening moments of this matchup. 18:26 on the clock.
And honestly, in these matches, that first point is huge, man. If you can go out there, score your first point, that allows you to go out, lane super heavy off the break the next point, hopefully get a G or 2, and then really slow down the pace of the game and force the team to come into you down on numbers.
Yeah, the momentum's key. This team looks fantastic all weekend, and this is what they've been doing. This is what they did to us. We kind of fought back with them, but you know what? It always felt like we're on our heels against Vicious. This team's for real, guys.
Yeah, they've been playing at this level or at the top level for a long, long time. They have a lot of really good sponsorship. They play together every single weekend. No limitation on how much paint they can play or how often they can play.
And I think
it shows.
It's also big that they picked up Todd as a coach because the one big, gigantic missing piece that Vicious hasn't ever had is a real solid coach.
Yeah, for sure.
And they identified that. I think it was a big wake-up call for them as these final seconds of this point here. Nice job closing it out. Shane Colby. Oh, and a minor penalty. I think that's going to be on Texas Storm. Yeah, you can see.
Unfortunately, these guys not going to get back to the box, so even though they lost the point, they're going to start with 4.
Yeah, minor penalties, they do come off if you lose the point, but because it was called there at the end and you know, the point was conceded, it looks like Texas Storm will start down a body, and you know, when you lose a body off the break like that, that's 20% of your firepower off the break. But you know, like we were going back to Vicious, is that it was a big wake-up call for them because you know they feel they can hang with the best in the business here, and they're looking real sharp in this first point. But the one thing they didn't really have was that coach, that leader that can come in and instill that veteran experience, come up with some good plays, also run practices in a way conducive to learning, in a way to working on your deficiencies. Because a lot of times if you don't have that outside perspective, you're super close to it, you know. And as guys that have had to play and coach before, and also coach other teams. I mean, you guys are some of the most experienced guys in all of paintball. It's too hard to coach and play at the same time.
Very challenging.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Matty. And Todd's just going to give him confidence as the year progresses, even make him better.
Yeah, so, okay, we're in the pits with Vicious, and we're going to be right back after these messages.
Next season on the roster.
We're looking for a guy that's like on our heels every weekend.
My name is Wesley Ward. I'm 23. I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Scott Kemp, age 26. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
Attitude thing, man, it's one of those things. Some people like it, some don't.
we're back looking at Texas Storm, so they will be down a body here for a minute. 1 minute minors. They come off if you lose the point, but if you get that major, that's going to stay on the whole time, and it's 2 minutes for a major. This game brought to you by Avid Extreme Sports. If you're in the North Texas or Oklahoma area, man, they got 2 stores, a field, and Ryan Gray, who is the owner of Texas Storm, big supporter of paintball, and check out his affiliate league as well, man, doing a great job with the sport in that area of the world. So here we go.
And just like I said, Storm started off 1 body down. Vicious actually kept 2 guys in the back center right in the open, laned hard on the break, shot 2 Gs on the break. Now it's 5-on-2. They got a guy in the box that's coming out in 30 seconds, but it's not going to matter because Vicious will have a good enough field position where they can shoot that guy coming out of the box. So now it's a 4-on-2. Vicious got Snake 2, center A, right tower on the Snake side. Do they have a guy in that Dorito corner, Matty? I'm sorry, I can't see it.
No, I think he dropped. I think they did lose 1 body. No,
okay.
they do have somebody in that back corner bunker.
They
did drop 1 body.
So it's 4-on-2 with 5 seconds coming out of the box, and that guy coming out of the box is going to pay for it.
He was the last player alive, and it's such a selfish thing for him to do.
Stupid.
He talks after he's hit or spun on the guy. It completely handicaps his team, and now look, he comes out of the box and gets blown up.
Instant karma.
Yeah, and it's like we're talking about momentum. Vicious completely has momentum of this game, and if they keep the throttle down, it's going to be hard to come back.
It is. Yeah. And it's going to get harder and harder because the farther the point spread goes, the more that Texas is going to have to push into those heavy guns.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, Vicious, they are good gunfighters, and they have the ability to lock it up if they need to, and yeah, with this field layout, if you get Snake 1, you get Dorito 1, and you get those 2 stand-up towers and 1 guy out wide, it's so hard to come into those guns. I mean, it's possible, but that's when you see those really long points start to happen, and time's not your friend when you're down a bunch of points. So Chris Hooker, Colby, Reeser, and Sherman still alive, and looking at 2 bodies for Texas Storm here.
Well, and the Texas Storm guys are really mature. They're not kids. They've been playing for a long time. They've been playing a long time together, and they're not by any means panicking out there, but they're just in a tough spot. 2-on-4, even though you're crossing the field, you still got to deal with twice as many guns shooting at you as you guys shooting at them.
Yeah. The Texas Storm's for real, guys. Yeah. This team could come back. We've seen them do it all weekend, but I'll be honest with you, you got to come out with passion. You can't make mistakes. This is Sunday paintball.
Yeah, and this is when it counts. And the whole reason you put these teams together, the whole reason you train and grind through all these hard, long practice days is to shine in this moment. So that's why it's frustrating to see a penalty early on, really slow the start of Texas Storm.
Well, and there's a time and place for penalties, right? I mean, there's a time and place to do what you got to do. First point of the match, 3 or 4 on 1, not the time to do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So a little slower of a finish here for this point, and then finally, but hey, smart, as long as you win the point, and take some of that time off the clock, and just 1 player left alive, it's just Bluey, and Bluey's gonna get taken out in the back section of the Snake, so good job by Colby over here, and Chris Hooker, doing it up there in the center. So solid work by Omaha Vicious in these opening points as they are now gonna go up 2-0, 14:46 on the clock. So, guys, if you were in the pits right now for Storm, what would you be saying to them?
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I'd probably call a timeout right now. Get everybody together and be like, listen, what did we talk about last night? What did we talk about this morning? All right, let's go execute that.
Yeah, so it looks like the people at home were right, at least so far, as 69% of the fans were thinking that Omaha Vicious was going to take this victory against Texas Storm. But, a lot of people, like you were saying, Shane, is that, we haven't really seen Texas Storm get a lot of ink. We haven't really seen them on the webcast a ton. We have seen them a little bit, but now that's the cool thing about the Champs and Challengers division is that these guys are getting a shot. They made a big move up from D1 to become pro in the Challengers division. Same with Royalty, and T1 Top Gun also had a pretty good event here. But that was cool. Such a competitive division, and really proving that, hey, we can play with these guys. So we're going to be back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. We are back here, beautiful OXCC paintball
that's
park.
A great shot.
Yeah, Chesapeake City, Maryland. It is starting to warm up. Finally had quite a chilly morning, which is, it's a good and a bad thing for the paint. At least you're not going to bounce anybody. That's for sure. When it's 60 degrees out.
We can't complain about the weather all weekend, though. It's been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
This
unbelievable. Wow. Finally.
Paintball gods are on vacation.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was in France and I was saying the same thing. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. It's supposed to be raining right now.
Yeah, nice green grass out here. And
now let's see if Texas gets a good breakout and can actually play 5-on-5 paintball. Because this will be a true test.
All 5 alive. They're wide. This is good. This is the point, guys.
This is a true test.
This is a big boy point for Texas Storm.
Well, and as we know, if you go down 3-0, you're not going to win. So Texas Storm needs to win this if they want a shot at winning the match. So no matter how long this point takes, they need to win it.
Well, you can. It's just the stats are terrible.
You have an 8% chance, right?
Exactly. You got 8%
Chris Hooker gets shot at the back center from Vicious. That gives Texas Storm a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, but moving up, Shane Colby able to get into the second part of the snake and start gunning up cross field.
Shane Colby's one of those up-and-coming players that you got to start watching, and Vicious needs to start protecting because people are going to start scouting that kid. They're going to look to get him.
Yeah, Colby's, and that's the thing with Vicious is that, they need production out of their ones. The ones set the tempo for the game. If your ones aren't getting production, everyone is going to suffer because of that. Puts a big burden on the 2s and the 3s.
This field really caters to your ones, just getting to the spots
smart
and living.
Ones. Yeah, smart ones.
Yeah, getting up there, getting to the 50s and staying. So, like you said, your 2s can go to work behind them.
Yeah.
Because if they get up there and play way too loose, it's really easy to get shot cross field on this field.
Yeah, so Clint Johnson in position over here on the snake side. And now on your screen, look at that. Center player for Texas Storm is screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, he shot at the Vicious guy filling from the snake corner into snake 1. Thinks he caught him in the pack. I couldn't see if he got him or not, but he definitely thinks he did. Yeah. The problem here is we've got 4 guys on the field for Vicious, and all 4 guys are zoning up the field. Texas Storm player 2, Snake 2 can't get past that gap to get into 50 Snake. Even if he could, he couldn't go past that. And the guys can't push up the Dorito side. So what they've got to do is find out the guy that they can easily isolate, like maybe the tower on the Dorito side, start shooting at him from both sides, make that bunker small for him, make him make a mistake. Because if they just sit there and wait for those guys to stop shooting the lanes, this match is going to be over.
And now moves made by Vicious into the little bunker there on the Dorito side of the field.
I hate that little Dorito. That's like half a bunker.
But you know what? It's a good bunker because it draws a ton of guns. Like we're talking about, he has 3 guns on him now.
Minimum,
he's just got to be smart and do what he does.
Just don't die.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Johnson now to the 50-yard line here, eyeing the sky view. Look at this. Vicious and Texas Storm right next to each other. Shane Colby is either going to have to launch to take Johnson out. Johnson's set up for that move, though.
And also, he's got a guy watching over him from the snake corner, watching the tape. If he goes outside, he's going to get caught by the corner. If he goes inside, he's going to get caught by the god.
Yeah, this kid in the 50 Snake, honestly, I think he needs to go to work and just go stuff this guy and
open this game up. I think he can get them both.
Yeah, he is playing like he's ready to get run down
well,
instead
he should be
of
doing the run.
Script up.
Get on your feet and go get him.
He's got 2 guys behind him.
And your upper body.
Yeah.
Your upper body down by 2. Giddy up, cowboy.
Yeah. And it's more fun.
Yeah, my old coach Shane Bassano would be like, go for it. Just if you're gonna die going for it.
When were you ever in the 50, Telfer?
Every chance I got, man. Every time everyone else was dead, I tried to get up there.
You and me both.
Shane, I saw you run somebody down here on the snake side yesterday.
Yeah, I got a gift yesterday shooting the guy across the field 1 shot. That was kind of lucky. We'll take the luck. Right?
Yeah, you got it, man. Because the other people get it, you might as well use it when you get it.
So Johnson right now leaning out and trying to get on that inside. And
Vicious just shoots out Dorito too. I mean, Vicious loses a player from Dorito too.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Johnson who dipped that shot in. Johnson's already G'd up Chris Hooker. Yeah, so Clint Johnson, our player for Texas Storm, he's already got 2 kills here in this point.
Yeah, he needs to go though, man. He needs to stop hiding and start playing.
Well, because, so now he's already done his job. He's got 2 kills. Now, if he gets able to take down Shane Colby, blow the snake side open, that's going to put his back players in a position to filter up off that chaos.
Well, and what I don't like is the fact that he's never once looked down this tape. He's never once just head checked like, hey, what do I got going down? I know he's got some guy telling him what's going on down there, but for me, I like to see it myself. I'm going to look down there once, and if I don't see a barrel and a hopper looking at me, I'm going.
And Shane Colby getting shot, just nicked in the side of his goggles, cross field.
That was a great shot. The guy went out in the open, out in the middle of nowhere, and made that shot. Oh, and there goes another Vicious player down. Vicious is now down to 1 player with 4 Texas Storm players left alive, and the feeding frenzy begins.
Yeah, that's a lot of red coming at you.
Yeah, you see that? None of them are running for the flag, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There goes Clint Johnson. He grabs the flag. So Clint Johnson, the hero of that point for Texas Storm, and also got to give some credit to both Johnsons, Mark Johnson and Clint Johnson. They combined for 4 kills. So with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to go, we got ourselves a ball game. 2-1 is the score. Omaha Vicious, though, letting a little of that momentum slip. And we'll be right back after this.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
We are back here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. We are in the pits for Texas Storm, able to finally put a point on the board, make it a one-point game, and no penalties. So both these teams are going to be playing 5 strong here in this race to 7 points and trying to fight to see who is going to be advancing to the Champions Division.
Texas Storm needs to put a little hustle on. There's only 15 seconds left on the clock, and they don't have a body in the box yet.
What a huge win for that last point for
that's
Storm. I mean,
big momentum switch.
Here we go. Now we're in the ball game. Get a win under our belt. Now let's play Sunday paintball.
Well, the cool thing about them stepping up there is that they can hit the reset button on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
It's like, all right, we spotted them one, we're still close.
Well, and the message is clear. Survive the breakout, and we can beat these guys, right? They lost 2 guys in the first breakout.
And look at this big move up the center. You know, we really haven't seen that play utilized very much, but I've only seen 2 players get shot trying to make it up there now. But
Vicious
Johnson
drops 2.
But Johnson ends up getting shot wrapping around in there.
Yeah,
a little
he
bit.
played a little too greedy, but he did get his shot on the drill side on the break. So he got 1 G before he went out, and then someone else caught the guy in the small temple on this side. So it's 3 alive left for Vicious.
Yeah, the A, honestly, the A is a death trap. You're going to get up there.
You got to kill somebody.
And obviously, I played it yesterday.
Yeah.
You try to get 1 or 2, and you're happy.
Yeah.
And walk off the field. If you get more, it's even a bonus. But,
Yeah.
you know, 1's a good, because usually the one that you're killing is one of those inside towers that is such a key bunker on this field. You know, and if you kill a 2 on any team, that's usually their better players or the best players.
Well, and those are the guys that are going to be able to, if it is a close point, make that dynamic move to break things open. So, yeah, if you can't G up that 2, that's huge.
Well, the A is actually a great bunker as long as you start there.
Well,
You know, if you have to run up there, though, with people shooting at you, it's diminishing returns.
That's the best part about drills in practice. Yeah, I'm going to start my bunker.
I'm
this
not going
game.
out on that.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on that. He would have shot me in a real game.
Yeah.
So that was a good move from Storm. He went inside Snake 1 to get to the Snake 2.
Yeah, so here we go, man. We got ourselves a little matchup on the Snake. Shane Colby.
Now see, Shane Colby immediately looks down the line to see if he can do something while the Texas Storm guy is just standing there, protecting himself. Just laying there protecting himself, I mean.
Yeah, and, you know, that's kind of been, and I think that it's Clint Johnson again. So Clint Johnson, though he's playing good out of his bunker, he is slightly tending towards the defensive side of the game.
He's obviously a little bit more methodical, a little less aggressive. Got good gun skills, he's getting his G's out of there. But see how Colby starts in the front snake, goes to the back of the snake, now he's looking inside, like he's using the whole snake.
Oh, he almost got a shot, too, on the tower across field. Almost got caught slipping there. Shane Colby utilizing that entire snake structure.
Yeah. I love to see snake players going back and forward, inside, outside. You know, find 4 or 5 different spots on that snake you can work.
Because they're putting the effort in.
He's working.
Yeah, exactly. He's going in there, he's clocking in, he's actually putting the effort in instead of just, okay, I'm going right up and just tuck right in and look cross field or just zone up and maybe hope this guy runs me down.
Texas Storm loses another player. That makes this game 3-on-3 with very similar positions. Texas Storm with a slight advantage, having more field position on the drill side of the field.
Yeah, they definitely are in the driver's seat over there on the dreidel side.
The next guy who dies is probably going to lose this match or lose that game for that team.
And what we were talking about, that you know, the Storm players are playing a little more defensive. They were 4-on-3 at that one point. If this kid in the snake goes and gets this guy out of the snake, game over.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, now it's 3-on-2, and they're in the back bunker.
Yeah, before you lose that body.
Well, that's the thing, though, but that's the difference. I mean, you see the best players in the game, the timing is so much quicker.
They do the math real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're
like, I got a body spend, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch, there you go.
So why stop?
Well, he's in there clean, and then immediately guns up off field. But, man, Johnson does not like head checking, and he's going to get run down by Shane Colby.
And there you go.
Beautiful move. Beautiful move by Shane
Better
Colby.
to bunker than to be bunkered. Write that down.
And you know what? He gets in the 50 snake. There's nothing wrong with that, but you do got to protect yourself. We all, you know. And he's getting in there. He's playing very smart. Actually,
he is playing
very smart.
But you gotta at least look, right? You gotta at least give that guy a head check. Like, hey, I'm kind of looking at you. You can't come get me right now. And that's the point for Vicious.
So Texas Storm going to concede that point. Just one player is just Bluey stuck in the back corner out on an island, looking at 3 Vicious players. So Vicious going to go up 2 right now, score 3-1, and just under 7 minutes to go here.
The other Vicious line, I think, is going to come in with Hooker on it. And I think he's already got like 7 kills this match. So if I'm on Texas Storm, I'm not running anywhere. I'm laying down.
Let's get a look at Shane Colby. He's the son of a longtime veteran in the industry, Dan Colby, and he's a very aggressive, hyper-aggressive guy on the field, very nice off the field, and doing a lot of work for Vicious, and he's continuing to improve as he's got more and more experience here with Vicious and become a real solid core member of that team.
It's in his genes.
Yeah, it's
There's nothing you can do about it.
Dan,
with a dad like Dan Colby, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Rabikoff, right? You just have no choice in the matter.
Exactly. So we're going to be right back after these messages. We'll see you in a second.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
All right, we are back here again. This game is brought to you by Avid Extreme Sports. If you're in the North Texas, Oklahoma area, definitely want to check out Avid. And they got a couple stores, a field, and really helping support. They had an affiliate league as well. So, and it's very important, man. If you're listening to this broadcast, help us help the game by supporting our sponsors. Without them, this is not possible. And so, go to their Facebook pages, check out Falcons' Facebook page. They're giving away some free prizes this weekend. And all the rest of the guys and the companies that help support this sport at this level. So here we go on the breakout, 5 alive for both teams. And like you were saying, Rich, there comes Chris Hooker back out on the field. And so here we go. Oh, Chris Hooker catches one. Big man.
Small bunker for Big Man.
Yeah, so he's going to walk off early. So Vicious down a body here early. And let's see if Texas Storm can get something done over here.
Vicious loses another guy out of the Dorito corner. They've lost that guy twice out of the Dorito corner. They might want to start getting him in that Dorito instead of the corner. But Storm also loses a player. Looks like we're about 3-on-3 out here, 3-on-4 maybe. Storm's got 4 bodies. Vicious got 3. Vicious only got 2.
Trevor Reeser dying out of his bunker, dropping the ball there. So it's just Shane Colby all by himself here in Snake 2. And the tough thing about that is that when you're that far up, it's pretty easy to just, get run down.
But I don't know about this Texas Storm guy running anybody down.
This is the time you got to drop the hammer, though.
Well, this is, I think.
No, there's 2 Vicious players alive. There's a guy in the tower.
Yeah, there's a guy in the tower.
You got to drop the hammer on the Snake Kid and get this game over.
Yeah,
Time's not their friend right now.
No, you shoot a couple balls at the guy in the tower, make him lean in just enough, and you go make that guy in the Snake pay. And if you die doing it, you got 2 extra bodies to fix it.
Yeah, well, this is Sean Salcedo over here. So Johnson getting a rest, and it looks like Salcedo's going to try to get it done over here for Texas Storm, and he's got a player right next to him.
See, just like he did that. He shot it, he leaned that guy in, but when he leans him in, instead of coming back, he needs to go. Because all he's got to do is put one guy in that guy's harness, dive in that snake, and then they can run him down on the Dorito side.
And we've all played those towers. We know how that is. Yeah, if you get put in, I mean, you still shoot your gun in that lane, but now you're shooting blind, and you're forced to look back because you can't die.
He can barely see the line going to the Dorito 50, the Snake 50. He can see the gap past it, but going in there, he can't even see it.
Or this guy come on the inside and let's go to work. There you go.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
I like it. I like biggins when they do their job.
Yeah,
come on.
So Bluey cuts in, and
but it shows you how easy that move was to make, though, right? He shot 2 balls at the tower, walks over there.
Yeah. So Bluey getting in there, and nice job by Dylan to get that done. Salcedo's going to hang up that flag. So now again we have ourselves a 1-point game here with just under 5 minutes to go. So still anyone's game at this point. What would you guys change, if anything, with Texas Storm, other than maybe a slight more aggression to take people down over here on the Snake side?
I'll be honest with you. The first 2 points they lost the guy off the break, they got to get 5 alive. Mm-hmm. So whatever that takes to make that happen. If I was playing this game, when I see the big guy on Vicious back center, I'm edging them, and they're not edging them at all. They're just running out to the bunkers. So that's a risk-reward type of deal. You edge him, put him in, and that protects your runner. You know, so that would be the one adjustment I would make right now. You know, so
they're also not shooting anybody on the break. So trying to get to your bunkers alive, number one, is the most important thing. Number two, I think, like, hey, if we can shoot a couple guys in the break like they've been doing us, maybe that'll give us an advantage early in this match. And being a point down, they need a little advantage.
Yeah, it took the Storm guy to get all the way to Snake 3, and he shot the guy out of the back center. Honestly, put some guns on that guy.
Yeah.
He's standing over the top, and he's a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
You know, and he's murdering guys off the break. So, you know, make it uncomfortable for him at least to protect your ones. Protect your guys running out there.
When you can see he's got to get any pressure because he's just sitting over the top of that bunker, so you know no one's shooting at him.
All right, so we're going to be right back after this, and then we're going to see if Texas Storm can tie it up. See you in a second.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Yeah, tanks! Night, night! Tanks! 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 Weasel free!
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together.
Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Odds that the dude that works at the carnival graduated high school. Odds that none of these guys have ever been arrested. Odds that this guy plays paintball. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
There are massive opportunities, both for the sport of paintball and for your business, if we are successful in taking our sport to another level. Unite with Paintball Access in our quest to elevate paintball and broadcast it to the world. There are advertising packages available for any size business. Join us. Advertise with PBA and help us change the sport for the better, forever.
All right, so here we go. Can Texas Storm fight back in this matchup and tie it up? Try to take down Vicious. You know, Vicious, they have a 1-point slight advantage, just under 5 minutes to play. Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford and Shane Pestana. So check us out. Who's going to advance to the champions final match between LA Ironman and San Diego Dynasty? And it looks like overwhelmingly San Diego Dynasty are favored over the Los Angeles Ironman. And I can kind of understand that. Dynasty won the first event. They also played better than the Ironman in the semis, or I'm sorry, in the prelims here. But the Ironman, you can't ever count them out because they got Marcelo Margot, they got Alex Goldman, lots of stars on that team. So
that just hurts my soul, though, to see that. Let's get it a little more even out there, guys. Come on.
I was like, with 3 Ironmen up here, you think, hey, cut us a little slack.
Yeah,
you know? If nothing else, root for the underdog.
There you go. Right? Dynasty does look good, though.
Yeah, they do look good. They're having a good year so far. Well, we'll see how you know.
Two Vicious players get shot right off the there you go.
Again. Yeah, Vicious lose. Again, you lose every breakout that Texas Storm has won, or but even on the breakout, they've won the point. So they're up 2 bodies on this one, and the ball's in their court. And Vicious got no snake presence at all.
Yeah, it's just Colby Bortle and Reeser left alive.
Oh, there's another G for Vicious, losing another guy to the Dorito 1.
So it's looking like a quick point possibly for Storm here.
You know, there's 4 minutes left in this game. It doesn't need to be a quick point. They have to win this point.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter, and I mean, they got control, but they have to win this point. So many times you see a dumb move here and there, and it can change penalty. But you know what? Storm's solid. You know, they know how to close games out.
It almost benefits Storm at this point to try to take some time off this clock. The momentum is clearly on their side. They're winning these breakouts. Don't go down and win this point right now. Grind 2 or 3 minutes off, so there's only a minute left, and Vicious has to come hard and fast.
Well, yeah, and so stacking up here on the center 50 as Texas Storm is just a sea of red at the 50-yard line. And here, now they push down the field, trying to take out the last 2 players. And it looks like they're going to be able to do it. with just one body pushing forward. So, Shane, like you were saying, all 4 of the other guys at the 50 just, all right, you go through. Oh, did he make it clean? Okay, good. We're good to go. We're good to go. We still
I'll
got
get
a
the
lot
flag,
of guys.
man. Don't worry about it.
I got that dog.
Yeah. Great move, kid.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like you said, just win the point no matter what.
Yeah.
And so they were able to do that. So with 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining, Texas Storm going to tie it up. Man, we got ourselves a game here. These teams fighting to advance into the Champions Division. That would be a huge break for an amazing job by Texas Storm if they were to defeat Vicious and do that. And Vicious, they feel like they should be contending in the Champions Division, not in the Challengers Division. Regardless, it's all going to sort itself out here, and we'll be right back in just a second. So here we go. Is it going to be Texas Storm? Is it going to be Omaha Vicious? We're about to find out.
Matt, what's the score?
It's tied up, I think.
Who's winning?
3. There is nobody winning right now.
Wrong. Texas Storm clearly has the momentum. Jesus, man. Are we going to fight all weekend?
And I think Ryan heard what I was saying. Do you notice they shot the Vicious player out of the back center? Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike.
Right?
Well,
Boom,
like
G1, here you go.
Almost like you guys are connected.
I was giving them a little telepathy. Here we go.
It is cool to see Texas Storm as a pro team, as they started out way back in the day. That team's been around for over 10 years. I mean, Shane, I think we're all,
yes, we did.
Yeah, we've all played them back when they were pros, and then had to completely rebuild. It took a long time to get back there, but better late than never.
We used to stomp them. What are you talking about?
Well, we stomped everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at least we thought we did.
They weren't special. 5-on-5, Vicious, good breakout, good field position. Texas Storm, good field position. Not quite as they don't have a guy in the snake early this game, which is the one game that they haven't done that. I think both teams are just at that point where they don't want to make a mistake. Both teams probably feel like if they lose a guy or two early in this match or early in this point, it's probably going to cost them the match.
Well, and this is when you see those long points, is when you get 5 guys out alive for both teams and the game's on the line, because then everyone's tightening it up, really just earning every head check and every snapshot.
I go the other way. Take less pods out and let's go on the attack.
Giddy up, Cowboy.
I mean, I think if you play to win more often than not, you're going to win.
Yeah. But that's become actually a real divisive issue because you got teams like Tampa Bay Damage who are on the opposite of that. They're like, no, we're going to go play it safe. And then you have teams like Impact who are going to, and Dynasty who are going to play a little more aggressive.
Well, and you can't take nothing away from those teams. All 3 of those teams, I think, are the best teams in the world right now.
Yeah, they are definitely the favorites. Those 3 teams are the favorites to win the event.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at this game and it's like you said, it's 5 alive. Who is going to make the mistake?
That's what it is.
Or who's going to force the other team to make the mistake? And that's what I look for. I look for one of my ones to put pressure on them.
Yeah, you got to put pressure on something. You got to force them to make a mistake, or you got to catch them crossing a gap.
Well, and that's the thing. We talk about this a lot and when we're calling these games, but the ones put pressure and they set the tempo. If you don't have your ones setting the tempo, setting the pace, they're essentially like the drummer in the band. If you don't have the drummer in the band keeping the tempo, no one else knows the timing, no one else knows what the hell's going on. You have to have that production out of your ones.
It figures a rock star like Matt Marshall would go with a rock reference.
Oh, absolutely. But his IQ makes us really, it helps it up.
Please, come on. I learned everything I know from you guys, so.
Well, you're in a lot of trouble, young man.
Well, this game.
Grab a book.
This game started with 3 minutes, so more or less the way that it looks like we're going to have 2 overtimes. Another 3-minute point, and because right now I don't think anyone's going anywhere unless something happens in the next minute or so.
Well,
and God knows I've been proven wrong several times. So.
No, never in my eyes.
Yeah.
But it seems like each point that's been played, whichever team won the breakout won the point, and neither one of these teams has won this breakout. So.
Yeah, there's not a chance that we're going to see. I mean, again, like Shane, I've been proven wrong a lot too. But with 50 seconds and there's still 10 players on the field, it would take you know, an atom bomb of a paintball just kind of come in here and take a bunch of people out in order for any sort of aggression to happen.
I've been lobbying actually to get grenades back in the sport, and this is a perfect example. If they have some grenades out there, they could start tossing them at each other, and then maybe something would open up.
Speed it up. No, so we're definitely going to see an overtime point. 30 seconds remaining in this match. Still nobody dead for either team. And here comes Vicious, though, pushing up a little bit. Chris Hooker into the center of the field. And then now we're looking at the lineup of Texas Storm. And here comes Vicious, air bunkering out, Snake 2. Shane Colby trying to make a move. Trevor Reeser moving up after that. So Vicious is trying to make something happen. Uh-oh. And anytime you see the referee sprinting across the field, and a major penalty on Texas Storm.
The one thing you don't want to have happen right now is to get a penalty.
And that is going to do it. So it's unfortunate to see a major penalty be the decider on whether or not a team gets relegated or not, because it looked like we were going to have an overtime point. But, you know, the referee over here at the 50-yard line on the Snake saw something cross field, sprinted over, and ended up pulling that major penalty. I see him, it looked like he was pointing at his arm, so, you know, and I don't hear anybody screaming from Texas Storm about how unjust that was. So, you know, there's a decent chance that, you know, who knows? That's why the referees are down there, we're up here. You know, I don't know. Did you see anything over there in that?
Shane and I are kind of blocked out actually by that big green crane.
Yeah, that thing's not my friend.
I saw the ref pointing at him, and it looked like the ref was trying to give him an opportunity to get himself off the field because he was kind of pointing and talking to him as he went over there. And by the time he got over there, he was still in the bunker shooting his gun. So I think he reached for the red.
You know, it's just like the first point. It's 3-on-1, and you get a penalty, and then momentum.
Can I point out that you guys were both wrong?
It almost happened. It almost happened. Wow.
well, an atom bomb did happen. A major penalty was thrown.
That's true.
Yeah. It was the red.
That's
ref
the one
bomb.
thing you tell your guys, right? When you're going into that last 3-on-3 point, whatever you do, don't get a penalty. You know, play smart, play aggressive, play defensive. However you're going to play, don't come back in here and say, I'm sorry I got a penalty because I'm going to punch you in the face.
And you know, the momentum was all on Storm's side because they're on attack. And then, you know, Vicious didn't win the game, but they went on the attack. If I'm in Vicious thing, I say, we should have won that point. Well, so let's go, guys. And here we go.
What you said, force them to make a mistake, and Texas Storm made the mistake.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, and now we got 3 minutes to decide. Oh, no, they gave him the point.
Yeah, they gave him the point.
Oh, wow.
If you get a major with that,
I'm glad I'm here today. Yeah.
If you get a major with no one left on the field, you get a point.
Yeah, so really big unfortunate turn of events. If you're a Texas Storm fan, it really looked like we would have to go to a reset, 3 more minutes on the clock for overtime. I'm begging for some one-on-ones at some point in this Sunday competition, because how that works now is that when you go to overtime, it's not sudden death. You play out a 3-minute period, and then if no one scores a point, then you go to one-on-ones in shootout. So I just want to see that because I think it would be just super entertaining. And it's also interesting because you find out which team, a team will always send out their best players for the one-on-one. So we sit up here and wax philosophical about who we think are the best players, and we're counting all the kills, so we can show you on the statistical side of things, what the numbers say are the best players out there. But you guys lead teams, and when you come down to those one-on-ones, you look at your boys and be like, all right, who's playing best right now? And you're like, you, and you, get out there. You guys are the ones playing. So it's always interesting to see who those teams send out for those one-on-ones.
Yeah. We do one-on-ones in practice. We know, and the players know.
One day it's going to come down to that.
It's like,
eventually.
you know what? It's like, kid, if you're playing well, like you always do, because usually you're better players.
Right.
We're putting you in, and you got to practice it. You got to see where you're at, because you actually are surprised. Some of the times you get a guy, you're like, wow, that kid can handle.
Yeah.
And it actually makes it kind of fun when you put a front player in, or a snake guy that's one of your better one-on-one players.
Yeah,
we do the same thing, and you guys know that little Jerry D'Amato kid on my team. So we do the one-on-one drills, and I start in the back center, and he starts in the back center, and I'm looking for him. Where's this kid go? He's in the back center. And I got to go all the way down the field to gunfight him out of the back center. And I watch him 5, 6, 7, 8 points in a row. I'm like, Jerry, if we want someone to sit in the back center, I'll go ahead and take that job. I'm going to need you to move. He's like, but it's easier, Rich, just to sit in the back center and shoot them every time they cross a gap. I'm like, right, but you're athletic and you're fast. Go forward and do that.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to be right back after this with the conclusion of this matchup.